As a candidate, Mr. Trump was quick to criticize Wall Street, but that's where he found two key figures for his economic team. He chose former Goldman Sachs partner Steve Mnuchin to be Treasury Secretary and billionaire investor Wilbur Ross for Commerce Secretary. The appointments raises questions about Mr. Trump's economic agenda above and beyond helping manufacturers. Major Garrett is covering the transition for us and joins us once again with the latest. Major, good morning.
Good morning. Let's talk about Carrier for a second. The economic grease behind that deal is pretty conventional. Promises of tax cuts and possibly contracts. But the timing and the political benefits are hardly conventional. Carrier gives the president-elect an economic victory in the heartland, one that aides say is likely to eclipse all speculation, fevered and otherwise, about future cabinet picks and the scrutiny of not-so-populous cabinet secretaries nominated so far.
I want to thank Speaker Ryan for his hospitality.
Vice President-elect Mike Pence and future White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus met with Republican leaders on Capitol Hill Wednesday, vowing to cut business taxes, reduce federal regulations, and rewrite trade deals.
We're going to have the most significant middle-income tax cut since Reagan.
At Trump Tower yesterday, Treasury Secretary nominee Steve Mnuchin, a lifelong Wall Street financier, previewed the next administration's economic plans.
The tax plan has both the corporate aspects to it, lowering corporate taxes so we make U.S. companies the most competitive in the world.
Mr. Trump's choice of Mnuchin for Treasury and billionaire businessman Wilbur Ross for Commerce signals a turning away from candidate Trump's attacks on Wall Street corruption.
When you cast that ballot, just picture a Wall Street boardroom filled with the special interests who have been bleeding your country and your city and every place else.
I'm not going to let Wall Street get away with murder. Wall Street has caused tremendous problems for us.
Mr. Trump is signaling he will keep his promise to Main Street with the agreement with Carrier to keep 1,000 jobs in the U.S.
As someone who is not even yet president of the United States is able to negotiate something that was a major issue in the campaign.
Senator Dan Coates, a former U.S. ambassador to Germany under President George W. Bush, is being considered for Director of National Intelligence. Retired Marine Corps General James Mattis is the frontrunner for Secretary of Defense. Mattis retired only 3 years ago, and Congress would need to waive a law forbidding any retired general from leading the Pentagon within 7 years of retirement. Sarah Palin has also been mentioned as a possible Secretary of Veterans Affairs or Interior. Sources tell us that consideration is more theoretical than serious. Florida Congressman Jeff Miller, chair of the House Veterans Committee, remains the leading Veterans Affairs candidate, and Washington Congresswoman Kathy McMorris Rodgers has emerged as a likely candidate for Interior Secretary. Anthony?
Major Garrett, thanks.